Hello and welcome to Things Should Know, the show where we listen, learn, and grow. Things Should Know, the TSK show, is where teenagers are empowered with the right knowledge to thrive and parents are equipped with the tools to guide them. Because when teenagers know better, they do better. My name is Ifoma, the Prof. Wato, and I'm your host on the TSK show. Oh, today we'll be looking at something very important, and it's something we don't talk about too often, but it's very important we talk about it. This conversation have to hold. Do you know that many teenagers smile on the outside while silently battling stress, anxiety, and emotional overwhelm on the inside? So on this episode of the TSK show, we are here with a seasoned mental health expert to unpack the real issues affecting teen mental health today, from school pressure to social media to anxiety to loneliness to emotional numbness. In fact, there's no topic that is off limits. So this is an honest and eye-opening conversation every teen and parent needs to hear. So I'm going to go on a short break now, and once we return, we are going to meet our guest for today. Stay tuned.
Signature TV, news in your pocket.
Welcome back to the TSK show, and with me on the show today is an expert. She's a professional in this field. You know, we live in a country where we don't pay attention to people's mental health until they run off the streets. But today we have someone here who is going to tell us what exactly mental health is all about. She is a mental health counselor and a trauma recovery specialist dedicated to emotional wellness and purpose living. She is the founder of Joy Orji Foundation for Hope and Development, creator of the Heal, Reinvent, and Thrive Women's Conference. And she's also an author of a book called I Am Mentally Robust. Through her work, she empowers individuals to heal, grow, and thrive. And remember, in TSK show, this is where we empower teenagers to thrive. She is Joy Orji.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to the TSK show.
I'm glad I'm here today.
I'm happy to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So today we are looking at teens' mental health.
Okay.
And like I said, here in this country and in this part of the world, we don't really pay attention to people's mental health, not just teenagers, until we see them roaming the street. That's when we say this person have skoy on the head. And we live in a generation where the 21st century teenager, unlike our days, when parents shout at us, school stresses us out, and we still try to manage it. But this time, you see teenagers telling you, this thing is affecting my mental health. So I want to ask, what is teenagers' mental health?
Well, let's talk about what mental health is generally.
Okay.
Because whatever it is what it is to the teenager.
Okay.
It's just that how they take things and absorb it is totally different. You know, that age is a development stage. You know, I actually say something to people that when it comes to teen, just like every one of us, I remember the first time I saw my menstrual cycle. I ran from school and the stain was on me and I was running back home, was weeping that I'm already dying. And thank God for my mom. She called me and said, why are you dying? Because I started at early age.
Okay.
And this is like 13, I said 12 or 13. And when I came, she said, you're not dying. I said, what's happening? No matter the counseling, I didn't even absorb whatever she's saying. To me, I am actually dying.
You're losing blood.
I'm losing blood. How would I be stained? And what is wrong? What's the organ that is stained? There's a brain dysfunctioning. So when we can talk about mental health, we talk about how people think. Is it not the way I'm thinking now? You see the way I'm relating it? Because I was thinking I'm bleeding. I'm not actually supposed to be bleeding. Did I even have an accident or a cut? So this is the way I am thinking. So mental health affects the way we think, the way we feel, and the way we actually behave.
Okay.
Yes.
So what are the most common mental health challenges that teenagers face in today's world?
They face anxiety and depression.
Okay.
They also face critically, I call it, when it comes to anxiety, because they're always under persistent fear. It's either fear of losing something or fear of failure. We talk about depression, most of them as a result of thinking, just like you said, that parents are not understanding the one feeling. So they just go into low mood. It's you that is seeing it that is nothing. To them, it means a whole lot of things to them. Other mental health issue could be like trying to cope with it as a coping mechanism. They go into addictions. And when it comes to addiction, it leads to mental health. Mental health also leads to addiction. So these are issues that they are battling with as teenagers. And another persistent one, or I will call it, is trauma.
Trauma.
The trauma coming from, whether assault, whether emotional, whether abuse, or like neglect, especially neglect. So some of them are just traumatized because they felt my parent or my guardian is actually neglecting me. Just like you said before, it's affecting my mental health. There's still few. If you say that to a lady or a parent that was trained the other way, it will even beat you up on top of that.
Like what exactly are you saying? Like I had a case last week of a teenager who lost her dad. And she told me that a day after her dad's death, the relatives came to the house and made troubles with her mom. So recently, those relatives are coming back and said they want to have a family talk. And she kept telling them that what happened that day affected her mental health, that she's traumatized. But nobody is having it. Like, nobody seems to understand what she's saying. They are like, you're too stubborn. What do you mean? They are calling for a family peace talk. So the only thing I said was they should give her time.
At that stage, she's actually traumatized. The heat of this woman just losing a husband. And as a child, my mom is actually, because the child have seen the mom and dad play together, do things together. And suddenly you are telling me my dad is no more. She's also grieving. In the process of grieving, you came and you are making trouble. So if you come for peace talk, allow her to breathe first.
Yes.
Because the mind has structured that if they are coming is a problem. That's trauma. She's having flashbacks.
Okay. I think we should also talk about how teenagers can manage grief. Because nobody prepares the teenager for grief, because we see people talk about widowhood, talk about the widowers, but nobody talks about how the teenager goes through that. Okay, so now let's look at school and stress. Wow. How does this contribute to a teenager's mental health?
It contributes a lot.
Okay.
Contributes a lot because as a teen growing, especially, we have in a country that we have a whole lot of issues everywhere. Is it that a problem, you are going through a problem, or the problem is actually going through you? So imagine someone, a teen girl that is in a school and has already made up friends, and you just come back, it's just like this vacation. Some schools, like some parents, are not returning back their children back to the school. It affects them. Because they've already made up them. This is the place they find comfort. They also have their friends. So when you talk about stress at school, how do you manage like 10 subjects in one? And the person
I even have one in just one that is having 19 subjects.
Yes, they face a whole lot of stress in school because it's in school they expose them to body shaming. When they come in, somebody says, see the way you are looking.
Exactly.
And this girl or the guy is actually trying to even cope with academics. And he's also battling body shaming as well. I don't know if you're getting me.
Yes.
So all these are stress. And you're not talking about what of someone that is on day school that goes back and still go back to do some hard chores at home. So trying to balance the whole of this actually affects them. And okay, let's not get there until we get there.
You see, what we are just talking about now is something most adults and parents don't even pay attention to. Like talking about the body shaming, someone who's still battling academic stress and all of that. Okay, but are there signs that parents should look out for to actually know that this child is going through some kind of mental or emotional stress?
Okay, now, sometimes our parents doesn't actually pay attention to understand the children. And if you can be able, before you even talk about that, we have to tell the parents to understand the individuality, the personality of every child. Because we compare them a lot, which affects them. At this stage, you come in the morning, you want the other one to be just active like the other one. But as they are growing, you're supposed to actually know this one is quiet, but does the other one better. So when you understand this, because we have introvert, and that's why the personality must be there. So when you come in, you notice that this guy is always there. He's this guy that play a lot. And suddenly, he comes back and just want to be on his own. You can actually call him. Are you okay? Because just being on his own, we even lock up the door. Oh,
that's just kind of withdrawal.
Yes, just the withdrawal symptoms. I don't want to see just because it's isolation. Another thing is that when, just like the school is just shutting down now, can you check the academic performance? Because if the person has been doing well, is it deteriorating? Is there any issue? Check that too. Another thing is the eating habits.
Okay.
Yes, the eating habits will change. Sometimes they begin to eat excessively because people cope with mental different way. Is that they're eating excessively?
I actually met a teenager that said when she's depressed and when she's angry, she eats a lot.
I eat a lot when I'm depressed. So it's the same thing. Okay. So some people just that eating habit, to check it. Every time he goes to the kitchen, they are dishing something. You just tell your child that you know shit. Remember I said you have to know how the person behaves earlier before you can be able to detect,
you can observe changes.
And observe. And another one, last one, is that aggression.
Aggression.
At this stage, you notice that that level will change immediately. They don't even know how to cope again. Ordinary junior, where did you keep this? Mommy, just leave me alone. Everybody, leave me alone. You will just have to pay attention. So these are a few symptoms that easily exhibit by the young people.
Oh, wow. It's been an amazing conversation today on mental health. Yeah. Well, there are so many things that parents don't pay attention to, like the academics, the reactions, the unnecessary eating habits. I just one teenager that I've ever met that said eating is a coping mechanism for her. But from coming from an expert this afternoon, I've come to understand that this is what happens to so many individuals, not just that particular girl I know about. So we are still on this conversation, but we have to go on a short break now. When we get back, we continue. Stay tuned.
Get plugged into the heartbeat of entertainment on The Hub, your ultimate show on e-vibes. From trending stories and social media drama to top charting music, must-watch movies and exciting moments from the world of arts, we've got it all. Join us for unmissable conversations with your favorite entertainment personalities, plus fun segments every week.
So I should try harder. So
okay, I don't know that one.
Outfit of the day.
Oh, I don't do that. That's some Gen Z stuff.
Oh, now you say it's a Gen Z stuff.
It's everything you love about entertainment, served fresh every week at 1 p.m. with weekend repeats just in case you missed it. The Hub's on e-vibes, where the vibes never stop. Only on Signature TV.
Oh, welcome back. This is the TSK show, and if you're just joining us, we are talking about the teens' mental health, and we have an expert in the house today to talk about this topic. Before the break, we touched on what mental health really looks like for teenagers. Now, we are going to get practical. How can we truly support the teens around us? Not just with advice, but with presence, patience, and real connection. So let's keep the conversation going, and please stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Bring your seat closer because it's getting more interesting. So our guest is still here, and she will be giving us more insights concerning mental health. Okay, I want to ask, is it normal for a teenager to feel overwhelmed? Like, is it very normal?
Yeah, it is. Because the teenager is actually a human being. Just like, we talk about teenager. Even children, adolescents, also go through the same mental health issues. So it means that generally anyone can be overwhelmed. So it's normal.
Okay, it's normal to feel overwhelmed, to be anxious, and all of that.
It's normal, but when it becomes persistent, something that continues, and it continues, and you are even trying to pull yourself out of it, and it's still there. So that means there is a call for help somewhere.
So when is the best time to seek help?
Just like I actually said, you mentioned something. You seek help when you know that I've tried to walk through this, I'm not actually getting it. When it comes to the teenagers, they hardly open up to who they don't trust.
Exactly.
So you before they even open up to you, have you even built that trust around them? Like someone came to me and said, he's a teen handler. I said, how do you get them open up? I meet any teenager that he opens up to me. So basically, how do you get them open up? No, first of all, you have to even make them understand that whatever they are going through is not peculiar to them. That is actually a general case. So you make them feel free to talk about it. And a teen doesn't want you to speak. In fact, after they are done talking to you, that confidentiality, they value it a lot. They even look at you and say, don't tell another person. So if you are feeling overwhelmed and you notice that it's not something you can control, it's out of control, you seek help. If the question is seeking the help from where? Because that's the question the teenagers are asking everywhere. Am I seeking help from where?
Okay. So what are the things that a teenager can do practically, like every day, to take care of their mental health?
Okay, one of the exercises is an exercise. I teach them, is called meditation, and we call it stress control exercise. I've been doing that with a lot of people. When you wake up, my teens actually do that. When you wake up in the morning, practice 777.
777. I'm interested in this one.
Breathing exercise is breathing exercise. I will just try it here. You breathe in for 7 seconds, and you're out. And you go again for 7. That's why it's 7 times. Some people do 4. But I said do 7 because it controls stress. So as a teen, if you wake up in the morning, you try to practice what is called spirituality. It helps because no matter how, you cannot remove the faith of spirituality in mental health management. There are people as Christians, they know what to do to manage their faith. As Muslims, they know what to do to manage their faith. Pagans, traditionalists. So whatever you believe in, make sure you go to that thing in the morning. It's very, very necessary.
Whatever you believe in. Yeah.
Make sure you go to that thing in the morning because you actually believe in it. So believe in it and go back and said, I'm going to school now. I'm on holiday now. Help me this morning to actually handle every stress that comes around me. You know, that kind of thing. When you are done. And you quickly do some stretch because you tell them to go and jog, they won't. They will even disappoint you. So just to do that little exercise. And I always want them to become resilient teenagers. Resilient in the sense that as you are going out in the morning, put yourself in such a way, what if I go to school today and I have headache and I'm not actually able to study all I set out to do? How do I manage? Because one of their problems is not meeting expectations they set for themselves. So if they set something they don't meet up, you see them go into depression.
They feel like they failed.
That they failed themselves. So if you teach a teenager how to be resilient, the teenager understands. So how are you supposed to actually build that resilience? Before stepping out in the morning, train your mind or say to yourself that I'm positive, I'm returning with positivity. But even if I don't accomplish all the set out goals for today, if I can achieve one, even if I can achieve one, say that first before leaving. If I can achieve one, oh girl, you've done great today. You know?
Good.
So that smile comes, you end up not actually achieving 1, but you notice that you get to 5.
Yes.
So if it doesn't accomplish to 8, you told yourself, I actually told myself, if I will do 1, at least I've accomplished 5. So the person is not broken.
So you celebrate yourself.
You celebrate that little win, and you continue.
Oh, this is beautiful. I think I have to like do some of these things also. Though I'm doing them, but I think I have to improve on my own too. That's very beautiful. So I love that part of when you set a target for yourself. You build this kind of resilience that if I don't do this, I won't flog myself too much. There's a song, I can't remember who sang that song, but there's a line in that song that I love so much that said, hoping for the best, expecting the worst. So you prepare your mind for it. Okay, now let's talk to the parents. So what advice will you give a parent who wants to support a teenager but doesn't know how to go about it, especially in this mental health?
Okay, let me talk about this. If a parent is hurting, you can't give what you don't have.
Yeah.
So I will first tell any parent that before you can be able to step out to be a parent, you have to be self-aware. You have to take care of yourself in order to be able to take care of your child. Because if you don't do that, every emotional outburst, you damage the child that you think you are building. Because a teen that is mentally challenged will be misbehaving, will not be exhibiting the things you want him or her to do. And at this stage, if you are not careful, you just end up imposing a whole lot of things to them. You know, when you want to help somebody, you impose the change on them. That's another problem. So to the parents, I would advise that let them become self-aware. And self-aware means understand your emotions first and try to be someone that can regulate those emotions. If you do that, you can be able to tell a child, because there's one thing about the teenager, they're wonderful people. Wonderful. When you tell them, hey, my darling, do you like this? They will just tell you, but daddy, do you do it too? Mommy, did you even do that? Because these people learn crazy by observation more than by words or whatever you tell them. So number one, the parents should be self-aware. Number two, they should, actually, let me call it, reduce distraction. Some women, just like a comedy I watched yesterday, she was just walking on the street with a child, and someone just did as if he grabbed the person's destiny through diabolic means. And the lady was just busy pressing the phone. He was so distracted. And a guy walked up to her and said, Madam, do you know what just transpired here? He said, I don't care. The man stopped. I believe that guy was just trying to talk to parents about something. So be the kind of parent that when you come back at night, no matter how stressed it is, try to emotionally control yourself. Because sometimes even parents we're talking about go through a whole lot. That's why I look as if they are not doing their best. The expectation, not the taking care, financial, everything is on them. So, but when you come back, you realize that you have people that are battling peer pressure out there. If you know that you have such people, you have to pay attention to them before you go to bed, even if it's how are you today.
Let there be a connection.
There must be a connection. Before you know it, they said, my dad doesn't care. So if I get a boyfriend, he's going to fill up the space. So that's where at that teen age, they start doing some things that is crazy. And if you like, beat them up, that'll solve that problem. Because that problem is gap. You know, we are in a generation that we don't understand anymore. You know, you talk about peer pressure is something else. Yes, it's something else now. So a child is trained well at home. But what of other children at school?
That the person is going to meet
because
with
influence.
Influence.
So he comes to school well trained and well disciplined. But the one close to him is saying, oh, the way you behave is not the way it's supposed to be. And he begins to think about it. So a parent, no matter how, let me call it, how busy you are, create a time to commune with them daily. You know, some people go out early. These days, everybody is seeking.
Everybody's in a haste.
Everybody's in a haste. So I teach in my counseling section because I have a family, a team problem present. A team problem present. So if I teach them that one of the things they can do, if you want to have devotion with them, you can try night devotion. It works better. When you come back, everybody have their dinner. You take it. Let's take our bait, and you just take one tip and teach them on the process. Ask them, how did your day go today? Did anyone say anything or do anything that affected you? They will share it with you. And once they share that with you, you quickly talk to them. They will suck out that doubt that night than moving it to the next day. No matter how little.
It has been a wonderful and beautiful conversation. But before we go, because of our time, what is that one thing you wish every parent and every teenager knows about mental health?
Mental health is actually a journey. It's a journey because it's something that you keep taking care of until you are off from earth. So if you understand this, you have to make sure that nobody brings you down by all means. As a parent, you need to be aware. As a teen, they need your help as a parent. So if you understand this, I want every parent to be self-aware. I want every parent to be self-aware. And I want every parent to begin to pay attention to the well-being of every child in the house. Whether it's an adult, pay attention to, because also it will affect you indirectly or directly.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Joy Ene Oji, for coming to the TSK show today. And it's been a deep, wonderful conversation. In fact, I learned a lot today. One of the things I learned is that even if I don't achieve all, but even if it's just one, I should be okay, and I should celebrate that my little win. And to our viewers, it's okay not to be okay. Yes, it's okay not to be okay. That's what another thing I learned today. So for parents and for teenagers, I want you to know that it is okay not to be okay. It's normal to feel overwhelmed. It's normal to feel anxious and the rest of it. So let us know that teens need support, not pressure. And parents, just being present makes a very huge difference. So mental health is a daily journey. Let's keep showing up for ourselves and for each other. And to our guests on the show today, thank you so much for joining us. And we are grateful for you coming, and your voice is one that is so powerful. And we thank you for the light you brought into this conversation today. So everyone, our viewers out there, is still the TSK show on Signature TV. And I would love to hear your story as a teenager. Do you have any challenges? Are you going through any form of mental, emotional challenge? We want to hear your story on this show. So remember, my name is Ifoma the Prof. Nwato, and I am your host on the TSK show. I'm always here to help you thrive. Knowledge is power. You have been empowered with the right knowledge to thrive. So keep learning, keep growing, and keep showing up for yourself. Catch you next week, same time on the TSK show. Bye for now.